Ladies and gentlemen, coming at you again with another banger here. This is going to be from page 1 of the leaderboard. This person's name, so I don't get it wrong, is Birusama. I believe they're a Japanese player. They actually do have a YouTube channel. I will find that and hopefully put that in the in the description there. It is all in Japanese though, so at least you'll be able to see the plays happening, but you won't be able to hear maybe the commentary. So hopefully, maybe with a combination of these or this commentary, maybe it'll be enough. I guess a lot of games played at least. You'll be able to see a lot of matchups and hopefully the playthroughs. Anyways, yeah, the team is going to be Shadow Dragonite in the lead with Venusaur and Poliwrath in the back. So it's almost an ABB comp. It is a little weird. Dragonite is okay against the dragons, obviously very good against the elemental types, and actually really good against Mantine, which is one of the things that hurts the backline a lot. And it's pretty bad against like Empoleon and Carbink. Registeel, is that in this meta? I think it is. I don't remember. But and it's also good against Gligar as well. Now, when I say good, you are going to have to go down shields, but you will win that matchup. So basically, keeping Gligar away from the things in the backline is pretty good, unless you have a shield advantage and then the things in the backline can actually handle Gligar. You'll see both of those scenarios coming up in these games. This was a really fun team. It did take a set. I will say the first set, I think I went 2-3. But then I went 3-5, 4-1, 4-1. So yeah, it took a second to get used to this team. So if you don't get it on the first set, I would say definitely try it out again. Assuming maybe you had bad leads. I mean, that kind of variance does happen. So all right, let's go ahead and get into it. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, or if you think you have, rather, double check and make sure that it is hit. And if it isn't, definitely click it. And let's go ahead and get into this one. Okay, so something weird happened with the editing. Y'all won't see it because I'll delete it, but I don't know what happened in my last video. It deleted itself. Anyways, here's the first matchup. Again, the movesets are there on the left side. Everything's the very normal. No power-up punch Poliwrath or anything like that. So it is going to be non-shadow for the Venusaur and Poliwrath. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, with Deoxys, it's interesting because they almost are always going to go to 5 and then throw. They could actually go to 7, and then it could be a Rock Slide maybe. But if they don't go to 5, you can throw before they do, but I advise to almost never throw before they do. Now, they do switch into the Shadow and Empoleon. We do get to bank all that energy on the on the Dragonite for later on against that Deoxys. You can take one Drill Peck here and just go for the full farm down. Now, you're not going to be able to get that much damage off against the Deoxys here, but I would go for Scald still. If they don't shield, does a lot of damage, and they're not really going to get too much farm. And then you don't want to wait the clock out too much because we did switch at the same time they did. So just make sure to throw before they do. If they do shield, we can shield as well. We will go down shields. It happens a lot in this type of team comp, or in this specific team comp, I should say, because Dragonite is powerful, but it doesn't get to his moves as fast as some of the other ones, and they do end up coming with a Quagsire, even though they're going to way outpace us to a Rock Slide here. I could just go for the straight fast attack here. They're never going to get to a move on Deoxys, so we're just going to let them hit us with the Aqua Tail here. Don't want to throw anything, and then just going to farm this down with Dragonite, and then we'll be able to farm down Deoxys as well. They'll never make it to another move. So yeah, a lot of fast attack pressure by the Dragonite, and really shines through. Actually got back-to-back Deoxys. I actually think Deoxys is very good in this meta. I think it's one mon that I think I overlooked a lot, I should say. Yeah, they end up having a Credilli. I do go for this the superpower here because it is going to be super effective, and I can go to Venusaur because this is just a hard dominant matchup. The worst move they can throw against us, I guess, is technically Stone Edge, but they almost always run Rock Slide, and it's going to take more than 2 Rock Slides to KO us, even though Venusaur is kind of frail. And then the Frenzy Plants that we're throwing off here are going to be neutral, considering they are that rock type. And again, we are going to be able to survive this. I don't really want to throw I don't really want to, what am I saying, shield any of these moves. I kind of just want to get back in that Deoxys matchup. Now, they are going to be able to get some farm here on the Deoxys, so... But again, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did last time. They're going to get a little bit of farm, but we're going to come back in with Dragonite. We're going to shield if they go for a move, and we'll go down shields. And I'm going to be saying that a lot this video. Going down shields with the Dragonite is going to be fine because you're almost always going to get those shields back against whatever's in the back. They do end up having Greninja in the back, and actually Poliwrath is just a super hard counter because they only have moves that are resisted by Poliwrath in the Night Slash and the Hydro Cannon. Alright, Pidgeot in the lead. Worst case scenario for us is that they go up to the Brave Bird and they throw Aerial Ace. Because we're probably going to end up shielding all the Aerial Aces, and I'm not sure how much they're going to be scared. They do end up shielding that first move. If I remember right, this guy actually has Feather Dance, which, not great for us, but they end up coming in with Toxapex, and then I don't know what to do, so I stay in for a little bit and throw this move. And then I decide, you know what, I could probably come in Venusaur, and I could probably shield or tank the Sludge Wave. Really doesn't matter to me which one it is. I'm already getting rid of the worst possible scenario matchup for Venusaur here. But I figured, you know what, Poliwrath, the Pidgeot is going to take a lot of damage anyways, so I'm going to go up to 2 Frenzy Plants and throw both. And they're probably going to end up shielding because they're going to be super scared of getting KO'd by the Sludge Bomb. And Frenzy Plant, even though it is resisted, is going to still do a lot of damage. Pidgeot very frail, and then Venusaur very much on the attack-weighted side. We do get that shield, and now it's a matter of, do I want to switch and snipe this down? Do I want to... They end up switching into the Clodsire. Now, we're a little slow here, but remember, Dragonite is good against this thing, so I have to really make a choice here, and it's a pretty tough choice, and I make it a couple times in this video. Do I go for the Icy Wind to lower the damage? Or do I go for the Scald, which does way more damage and a 30% chance to lower the damage? I decided to go for the safe play. I go for the Icy Wind. I technically could make it to another Icy Wind here. I really wish I had thrown this Icy Wind, but it's fine, I guess. The thing is, we have a lot of HP still here on Dragonite. We're going to be able to outpace because it does take them 6 to get there, and at the very worst, we would CMP, which it looks like we did. And they have to throw a move on Pidgeot here, and if they do throw... Well, it doesn't really matter what they throw here because they're super low, and Venusaur is going to be able to farm this down. Vine Whip farming down Pidgeot. Venusaur is a Pidgeot counter. What can I say? Mantine. Now, I would take a look at this matchup. So, they can always throw before you if they want. It's always going to be that Aerial Ace, but it's fine. If you throw before the next Aerial Ace on good timing, you will always KO the Mantine, or if you CMP here like I did. So they can decide to shield, and if they do shield, you can farm it all the way down. If they decide not to shield, that's fine as well. They do end up coming in with the Steelix here. I do get a superpower off, and then I can switch into either Mon in the back. I would prefer to switch into Poliwrath, as it has more possible matchups in the back outside of this if they do end up switching out of this Steelix. The one thing I'm thinking of is it could be another Steel type, and if it is, that'll be pretty bad. Registeel is definitely scary at this point. They do go for the shield. I probably could shield this and farm this all the way down. It will be very close considering we are Psychic Fangs. They do end up coming with a Quagsire, and I think we go for CMP here. They do try to take us out, but we are very... I wouldn't say lucky because we obviously can count their moves, and we could have gone to the Icy Wind, and we always win CMP, but... we're fortunate to have enough energy to have just gone for that, I guess. And then Frenzy Plant obviously going to KO the Steelix here. Jellicent is a weird matchup for the whole team. I will say, we'll see in this matchup that even if they go for infinite baits here, you do win all the shield scenarios, it seems like. So that's a good thing to note if it is against the Dragonite. And then against the Venusaur, technically you can take one Shadow Ball. But it is kind of risky with Hex, so the opponent's throwing on really good timing here. But, I mean, I think we can basically just farm down from here, and if it does get close, I will throw the Dragon Claw. But, again, we're going to go down shields, but we're going to win Switch, and we have a lot of moves left to throw. They end up coming in with a Charizard. We can outpace to 2 here because we went for all that energy in the farm down, which is another reason why going down that shield in the beginning... We get that shield back. We are able to do infinite to this Charizard. I am going to let them throw a move at Dragonite. I want to be able to try to KO with the others, and they actually end up getting KO'd here. I switch into Poliwrath here, just because I was basically like, I got to switch into something, so I didn't really look at the typings too hard here. And yeah, they get to KO me here, but they really can't do anything to Venusaur, so we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and it's going to be GG. Venusaur, pretty hard counter to Chestnut. It only has Superpower, Thunder Punch, and Frenzy Plant, which all of we resist here. Gudra's a weird matchup, so we can definitely take the shield, but they'll win the switch, which is fine, because then we can actually come into Venusaur and basically farm down, because what does Gudra have that really is bad for Venusaur? Well, the answer is Draco Meteor, or Outrage. I forget what the big move is here. I think it is actually Outrage on Gudra. But if they have that, you know, whatever, more power to them. But they don't, and most of them don't, so we end up taking it out. Oh, man, Mantine in the back. Well, Frenzy Plant does half to this, so maybe I can just go for the 2-to-1 shield scenario here, and maybe take out this Mantine and hope that I have some good matchup in the back for Poliwrath, which I probably should. Yeah, there was a neutral lead and a bad back mon, so it's probably a neutral lead and 2 differing coverages, so I feel like it's going to be like a steel type in the back. And then I decide I can shield once on Poliwrath and farm all the way down from here. I think they're at 2 or 3 if I remember right. I did play these games this morning, which was 13 hours ago, so just trying to remember when I played or what I did, and I was pretty sure I just went for the full farm down here. And then I decide I can't get there, so I'm going to throw the Icy Wind, which, I mean, it is what it is. I do have a big energy lead, and now we have to go, I think, for the Icy Wind here, because I think I can survive an Earthquake, which means I have to, if I Icy Wind, that is, and then I have to hope that a Scald KOs. Clodsire is a very tanky mon, so I don't think a Scald is going to KO. I don't have the Shadow version, which is why I probably survived that, but now it means that probably why I won't be able to KO this. And I actually do remember this matchup, and I think we end up countering down before they get to another move, which is very good. The energy gain through that Mantine matchup was fantastic. All right, another Mantine lead. Again, I don't play this any different any time. I always shield no matter what number they go up to. They could throw on 5. I'm going to shield. Actually, I don't think I saw anyone throw on 5, so maybe I wouldn't. I think I would, though. I just want to win switch on Dragonite, and Mantine is going to be very hard from the back mon. The worst thing that could happen is that they end up shielding, winning switch, and then having a boatload of HP that I can't get through with fast attacks, since it is taking neutral from the Vine Whips and then resisted from the counters of Poliwrath here. So they end up having their own Poliwrath. I do go for the Scald. They do shield. I mean, fantastic for them. I probably could just come in Dragonite and soak whatever move they throw. They try to go for an extra counter just to see basically what mon I have, I guess. But that does allow me to get to this Dragon Claw, and I am doing a ton of damage. Again, I'm not going to shield. I think I can farm this all the way down. If they do get to a move, I will shield the Icy Wind, I believe, on Venusaur. Oh, that's right. They were at 2, so I decided to shield here so that I would take both moves, get the farm down, throw the Frenzy Plant, and that's GG. I forgot. Man, past Vergyverg, very smart. I actually don't think this KOs, but I think they're like 2 Vine Whips away from getting KO'd here. Yeah, I think it's exactly 2, actually. Oh, 1. Nice. Clodsire, again, that's a good lead. They end up switching into Frostlass, and I just did not know what to do here. Taking double resisted, or double super effective Powder Snows, which is obviously horrific. But, you know, there's a lot of HP still on Dragonite, in the sense that it's facing Mud Bomb or Mudshot Clodsire, so that's pretty good in a general sense. They know this is an Icy Wind, so they're probably not going to shield, but I am getting this pretty low, and now that they're Icy Winded, I can definitely take a Shadow Bone. This is not a Lilin Marowak. Shadow Ball. So I'm pretty sure I can farm down from here, and then I'm going to have a lot of energy, and if they do come in with the Clodsire, I am going to have the Scald. Now's a time where I have to make a choice. I do end up choosing to go for the Scald. I figure if I can make it to an Icy Wind, I'll go for it afterwards. The thing is, we did get the attack drop. Do we live a Stone Edge from here? I doubt it. Oh, we did. Okay, and they switched into Cordelia, and that's just GG, because I'm going to come in with Venusaur, and I think I remember them quitting here Yeah, they quit before they even saw the Venusaur. They were just sad that they... Okay, Alolan Ninetales is tough for this team. We are ABA weak to Charm, but we are good against it with the Venusaur. Surprisingly, they're staying in. I guess they want to throw a Weather Ball before they switch out. They're going to be able to get to one here before I get to the next Frenzy Plant. So close, but that means all that means is very good timing by the opponent to throw that move there. I am one away, so I do go to 4 here, and I'm one away from another one. So if they do decide to shield and not swap, we actually will win this switch advantage, which the Shadow Venusaur definitely would not be able to do. And I decide I'm going to go for it here. And if they swap onto my Frenzy Plant, so be it. I didn't want to go for a Vine Whip there just in case I get accidentally KO'd by something. Frenzy Plant going to hit something for a lot of damage no matter what. They end up having a Quagsire here, and then they quit. So I'm guessing double Mud Boys in the back. Ferrothorn lead. Oddly weird for the team. I wouldn't say it's tough for any of these Mon. They all have play, but the Ferrothorn also has play against all of those Mon as well. Here I'm baiting the Superpower and Dip plan, and they decide that that's a lie, but I do catch something here. It's probably going to end up being the Thunder, but it is resisted still by the Venusaur, so I do want to gain a little bit of energy. They do end up having a Mantine in the back. I can go for CMP here. They did not. They declined to go for the CMP here, so they're going to go for a little bit extra energy and then throw before I get to the next one, probably. Ooh, they actually just took it here. That's not a great idea. I still have a move on Dragonite, so we can win CMP still against this Mantine, even though it has an infinite amount of energy here. And I do go for the CMP. I almost assuredly think that they're going to be throwing Aerial Ace here, so I think I'm going to go for the No Shield. And if they throw the next one, I think I can shield and farm down. So I'll make a choice after that if I can go for that. And I think I will do that because, the main reason is Ferrothorn is out of energy. So I'm going to have energy here. Ferrothorn's going to take a little while to build up. I think I can actually farm this all the way down, and then we'll see what they have here in the back. If I remember right, it is a Poliwrath. So I go for the Superpower. It does more damage. I don't think I can get to 2 Dragon Claws, so I go for that, and I switch. And yeah, this is a mirror match, and they're at 20% HP, and we're not. They do switch into Ferrothorn here. Again, Ferrothorn is awkward. It makes more sense for me that I am going to go for the Superpower and Dip if they do a switch in, and they do end up blocking or shielding, so that's good for us. I am going to have to shield here. I could go for a catch on Venusaur. I think I will need to do that at some point. Excuse me. It's very late for me. I just want to make sure this video comes out before tomorrow. I do end up catching something here. It is going to be a resisted move. Hopefully it is the Power Whip. It is not being the Thunder. And they're going to be stuck in here for a little bit of time. And I'm actually going to go for the massive farm down here. What are we really going to get hit by here by the Venus? What are we really going to get hit by here by the Ferrothorn against our Venusaur? Not really a lot. They're going to come back into with Toxicroaks. I have 2 Frenzy Plants here. So even though it is resisted, Toxicroak is super frail. And 2 of these will definitely end up KOing. I go for a little bit more energy because I know they're not even close to a move. I don't really remember if Toxicroak wins CMP against Venusaur. It's been so long, so I decided to throw 1 before they get to a Mud Bomb. They end up coming with a Mandibuzz. Obviously, I can throw the Sludge Bomb here. And then I'm going to switch into Poliwrath. And I am willing to shield the Poliwrath to get Icy Winds off onto this Mandibuzz, because since it's their last Mon, all I'm trying to do is put it in a bad situation. But I know that I live 1 Aerial Ace. I probably live 2. Yeah, I live 2 for sure, so I don't even really have to shield. And yeah, again, I think if I remember, they're just going to leave right after I go for the Icy Wind here, because now they're going to be debuffed. I'm not really using shields. They still have to throw another move. They can't farm me down, and we still have a full Dragonite in the back. So yeah, that's just straight GG. All right. So that's going to be it for this team. Again, I already have put in the description the... Again, I don't want to say his name wrong, so let me look at that really quick here again. Birusama. I put their YouTube there in the channel. So they seem to stream a lot on YouTube, so there is a plethora of content there. I know their last stream was this team, but I didn't look at the prior streams. Again, it's not in English if you're an English speaker, but if you are a Japanese speaker, definitely go check him out. Obviously, he's very good. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. Helps me out so much here on YouTube. And again, thank you all so much for the support here on YouTube. It's been overwhelming. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. And if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out. And if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there. And I'll see you in the next one.